Okay, good afternoon. This is Rick Solomon Plumbing, 310 area code 836-1437. We're here at 3710 Eureka. That's in Studio City for Mrs. Bates, who is the seller of the house. Apparently they've done a inspection, I guess, last week. Today being August 11, 2020, obviously during COVID. Not wearing the mask because it's a sewer. I'm wearing it because it's the COVID time. And you'll look back and say, wow. Anyways, long story short, they did an inspection. There's two cleanouts. There's a 3-inch cleanout here on the side of the house, right next to where a refrigerator, I guess an outdoor fridge used to stand. I moved it out of my way so I can work. And apparently when they pushed in, they got about 40-some-odd feet, and they hit what looked like a paper stoppage. So we're going to do that first. I don't think it's anything major. We're just going to go ahead and do that, clear up that paper, and push it out to the front cleanout. That's the one that really has the purpose of being out here to clear out the roots. Okay, I will name off the footage. I don't like to run the footage counter because it's not always 100% accurate. Okay, it gets you close, but I'm going to call it off. So if this is our starting point right here, the 3-inch cleanout, we'll call it off as we go. Okay, this is a self-leveling camera. We won't run any water yet. Drops on a 45 degree. Makes another couple of 45s and a Y fitting. Okay. And this is ABS. And then it's going to switch over. There's another T right in here. We're at about 8 feet in right now. Now we're at 10 feet. $20 right now. Okay, we're at 20 feet. Makes another 45 degree bend. And we're about 28 feet at that 45. And we're at 30 feet right now. Okay, 30 feet. Now, the little bit of, it's minor scale. It's actually more oils, fats, soap, things of that nature. Probably the laundry's right back here. It's going to be a little soap scum, but it's nothing. It's like, wouldn't even say it's a sliver. It just gets to the top of the pipe and dries. But it's not taken away from the flow. The flow line, you can see a little bit of water right here. The flow line is really that white mark that's on the right and left side of the screen. That's really the flow line. About a third of the pipe is considered the flow line. Okay, we're at 40 feet right now. 40 feet. We're still in ABS, so someone's obviously upgraded this to ABS. Makes another, what looks like a Y connection. And I think we're going to come into cast iron real soon. Plastic. Then we hit the original cast iron, okay? That original cast iron, let me see if I can get an exact footage for you. I think that's around the 40, no, that's about 45 feet in there. Okay, it's about 45. That's why I said, their marks and my marks, they're going to be a little bit different as far as total footage. I know mine's accurate because I physically laid it out, marked it with colored tape. The digital marks, or the digital footage counter, is only as accurate as how the reel gets wound up in there, because it counts revolutions of the reel, okay? It's not actually counting how much cable's going out, it's counting the revolutions, assuming the cable's wrapped up properly and it's calibrated properly. I'm very involved with the manufacturing of these. I'm actually one of their consultants when they bring out new stuff. So you can get real close with the footage counter, if it's calibrated right, or you just do it here and you mark it, and then you don't have any problems. You're right on, because all my cables are marked. I already know the footages. Okay, so we're picking up another cast iron Y, okay, and we'll go ahead, push in. Looks like it might switch back over to plastic. I'm not quite sure yet. It looks like, yeah, it is plastic right there, and that's about 46 feet right there. Let's see if I can make that turn. There we go. About 46 feet. Okay, we have a little bit of standing water. Goes plastic back to cast iron. Now that could be something's just downstream that's collecting. Okay, and we'll see when we push a little bit farther. It could be a little debris in there. 50 feet. We're at 50 feet exactly. Yeah, and whatever was in there is obviously long gone. Okay, that's why I wasn't that concerned about this debris, because that debris has already been washed out, okay? Probably someone flushed, it didn't flush enough, and it got hung up. So I don't see that paper debris, and we're obviously much farther. We're approaching 68 feet right now, and unfortunately, it's hard on the camera making some of these turns, especially in 3-inch. Shoot. All right, we are struggling to get through that turn. And that's just because it's so many turns that I've made, it's making my camera flex every which direction, and that's not good. Nope, so we might have to take the front, what do we call the front skids off of it, get the camera a little bit smaller. Okay, we'll stop the tape. Thank you. Okay, we're back up and running again. We're about 50, 56 feet in. Now, without the skids, we're going to be at the bottom of pipe, meaning if there's any standing water, we're going to be underwater. Okay? Looks to be a little bit of maybe paper debris, nothing major. Okay, and that's because you've got cast iron pipe. Cast iron, once again, gets rough, and that's stuff that just builds up in there. 60 feet exactly. Okay? What we're trying to do is push out to the outside cleanout. Okay, we are not going to jet this. The problem with jetting this, we're going to disrupt whatever is in there and actually start washing it back towards us. So as long as I can get the camera through, that's all we're trying to accomplish, is get the camera through. If I try to jet this, I am going to make a mess out of trying to get this scale out of there, and it is going to be a disaster. Remember, I'm laying on the bottom of the pipe. We're at 70 feet right now. Okay, so I'm not going to mess with jetting this because the camera's able to get through, and that's really all I'm trying to accomplish. $80 feet right now, 80 feet. Makes a right-hand turn. We might be heading towards the outside. We will see. Okay, so we're at 88 feet. 88 feet right now. It looks like a clay joint. So we are outside. There's most likely a clean out right there at 88 feet. Okay, and we've got a clay connection, so that should be outside. We'll stop the tape. Let me just double check. We'll look in the clean out and see if that is truly outside at 88 feet. Thank you. Okay, 88 feet looks to be outside. The problem with the clean out front, I can't look straight down it. It makes a 45-degree bend, so I can't see theoretically my camera. But based on the fact that I see clay, I see plastic, that's a plastic clean out. Distance-wise, that should be plenty, 88 feet. So we're going to assume that 88 feet right now will get us to the same place as we're going to start. And when I put the camera in, chances are I'm going to see that little clay offset right there that's retaining a little bit of water. I'll probably see the same identical mark, and then we'll know for sure that we overlap. The reason why 88 feet is kind of important is if you had a stoppage that was not affecting the front, and you had a stoppage that was affecting the house, dumping out back here, backing up here, but not in the front, then you know the most you have to go is 88 feet, because then at that point you pick it up from the front. So that's what numbers are kind of important, okay? So we'll pull back, we'll see. Bend, yeah, it goes from cast iron to plastic to clay, so normally that's outside of the house, okay? We'll pull back. And like I said, there's a little bit of scale on the bottom. Remember, the house hasn't been occupied. You know, it's obviously cast iron, so you're going to get rust. But anyone that's going to go in there and either try to jet or clean is not going to have fun trying to descale the bottom of the pipe, if that's what you were trying to accomplish. So I'm not going to mess with it because that would be a project. I'm only here to verify that the camera can get through and let them come up with their own diagnosis, okay? I'm really here to verify camera can get through on the side. The front, we will go ahead and obviously cut out roots and inspect it. Okay, 70 feet. So I'm pulling back. You get a better picture on the way back, and that's because you're not pushing water. The lens is pretty much being dragged back, and it's not being pushed forward into the sludge or water. So you get a much better picture. Okay, so there's obviously going to be some, you know, scale buildup, and like I said, I'm not here to, make the pipes brand new. I'm here to make sure that their inspector can get their camera through and inspect and come up with their own conclusions. Okay, we are at around 45 feet right now at that transition. The rest of it's plastic, so plastic is going to stay very clean. There's not a whole lot to look at in plastic. But of course, a lot of the newer pipe now is going to be plastic, more so than cast iron or no hub. Outside is still a combination of plastic and/or clay. Clay is a good product, so there's nothing wrong with having clay outside. Longevity-wise, it's going to outlast just about anything. Of course, plastic being a newer product, some municipalities are switching over to plastics, even in the street. So, alrighty, we are at 20. And approaching 10 feet right now, 10 feet in. And we are just about out of the pipe. And there we go. Once again, this is the 3-inch clean out, located right next to the dryer vent side of the house. Okay, but it's the 3-inch dryer vent. It looks like a doggy door right there. Okay, and we will stop this tape. And we'll go set up outside. Like I said, outside is where I'm going to start, obviously, cleaning. That's where the roots are. That piece of paper, like I said, washed out. There wasn't a piece of paper that was left, I guess, from last week. Someone must have flushed and washed it out. And that's pretty common, okay? Alrighty, thank you. We'll stop this tape. We'll get a second video of doing the second one. Thank you.